Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Good evening.
Sir, I welcome you all for today's session. And the topic for the session is Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat immunization in metro and rail sectors. So, I welcome you all, and we'll start with the HK Raghu, sir. Sir, you can
Thank you.
start
Thank
the
you.
presentation.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. So my presentation will be on Government of India policies, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the work done by Metro Rails, MOUHA, and Ministry of Railway at RDSO Lucknow. Urban Transport and High Speed Directorate at RDSO Lucknow is a single window service provider for technical clearance and safety certification of all the metro rail systems over India. Metro certification and technical clearance given so far is about 14 metros, starting from Gurgaon, Bangalore, Mumbai, Jaipur, Chennai, Hyderabad, then Kochi, DMRC, Lucknow, Nagpur, Noida, KMRCL, then Nagpur Metro with a different rolling stock, CRRC rolling stock, and then Gujarat Metro with a Hyundai Rotem rolling stock. The major observation after giving these certification for 14 metros are till now each metro system developed is different from the other. Rolling stock of one metro line cannot be utilized in any other metro. Technology of propulsion, DC traction, and signaling and communication system are of PSC nature. Each metro project is therefore get loaded with the undesired design and development cost for all these systems. Due to variation in the design and size of component of one metro to other, the quantity requirement of one type of component is less than the break-even quantity for its indigenous production. As a result of this, local sources for subsystems and components are not developing. Now coming to regarding Atmanirbhar Bharat, when somebody listen about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, he understand that everything will be made in India and either made in India or make in India. But what Atmanirbhar Bharat is actually, as per the government of India, it stands on 5 pillars. The first pillar is economy. When we talk about the economy does not mean we are going to get incremental growth, but a quantum jump. Similarly, for infrastructure, when we develop our infrastructure, it represents the modern India. Then the system which are to be adopted will be technological driven system. The demography, we have already got vibrant demography of largest demography and capable people in India. Regarding demand, full utilization of the power and the demand of supply. So these are the 5 pillars on which the Atmanirbhar Bharat policy bank upon. The Atmanirbhar Bharat stimulus packages which are given by Government of India, number 1 is for business including MSMEs, number 2 is poor including farmers, number 3 is agriculture, number 4 is new horizon for growth, and number 5 is government reform and enablers. अब आपने सुना होगा कि भारत सरकार ने आर्थिक पैकेज का अनाउंसमेंट किया है जो 20 लाख करोड़ रुपए का है. उसका गणित कहाँ कितना खर्च होना है वो देखिए अभी आप. पहला आइटम है पीएम गरीब योजना स्वास्थ्य के लिए आवंटित और सेक्स छूट 1.92 लाख रुपए. सेकंड है एमएसएमई सेक्टर और पावर सेक्टर को मदद 5.94 लाख करोड़ रुपीस. देन कम्स दी श्रमिकों को कृषि के लिए मदद 3.10 लाख करोड़ रुपीस. माइक्रो एग्री इंफ्रा मत्स्य पशु एवं मधुमक्खी पालन के लिए 1.50 लाख करोड़ रुपए. वायबिलिटी गैप फंडिंग एवं मनरेगा को 48,100 रुपी 100 करोड़ रुपीज। देन आरबीआई की घोषणा 8 लाख करोड़ रुपए। अभी वायबिलिटी गैप फंडिंग क्या है उसके बारे में आप समझ लीजिए। वायबिलिटी गैप फंडिंग मीन्स ए ग्रांट वन टाइम फॉर डिफर्ड प्रोवाइडेड टू support infrastructure projects that are economically justified but fall short of financial viability. Now we will concentrate our discussion to the boost to our MSME rupees 5.94 lakh crore rupees. Steps to boost business in MSMEs are emergency credit line to business MSME from banks and NBFCs up to 20% of entire outstanding credit as on 29/2/2020. Borrowers with up to rupees 25 crores outstanding and rupees 100 crore turnover are eligible for this. Loan to have 4-year tenure and moratorium of 12 months in principal repayment. Interest to be capped. 100% credit guarantee covers to bank and NBFC on principal and interest. No guarantee fee, no fresh collateral. 45 lakh units can resume business activity and safeguard job. Second is now rupees 20,000 crores subordinate debts for stressed MSMEs. Due to our COVID pandemic, lot of MSMEs are now stressed. The stressed MSMEs need the equity support. Government of India will facilitate provisions of rupees 20,000 crore as subordinate debts. 2 lakh MSMEs are likely to be benefited. Functioning MSMEs which are NPA or are stressed will be eligible. Government will provide a support of rupees 4,000 crore to CGTMSE. CGTMSE will provide partial credit guarantee support to bank. Promoters of the MSME will be given debt by bank, which will then be infused by promoters as equity in the unit. Regarding subordinate debts are basically subordinate to the senior debts and its liability is lesser than the senior debt. So in the form of subordinate debts, if Government of India provides the help, that will be accepted by most of the MSMEs. Now coming to rupees 50,000 crore equity infusion to MSMEs. MSMEs face severe shortage of equity. Fund with corpus of rupees 10,000 crore is set up. Provide equity funding for MSME with growth potential and viability. FOF operation through a mother fund and few daughter fund. Fund structure leverage of rupees 50,000 crore of funds at daughter fund level. Expand MSME size as well as the capacity. Encourage MSMEs to get listed on main board of stock exchange. The Government of India has also revised its classification for MSMEs. You can see earlier MSME classifications was micro, small, medium. If we take the manufacturing enterprise investment, which is less than 25 lakh rupees, that was earlier treated as micro. And rupees 5 crore, less than rupees 5 crore, it was small, and less than rupees 10 crore, it is medium. Now it has been revised that micro, small, and medium industries will be manufacturing and service investment. If it is less than 1 crore, say it is a quantum jump from 25 lakh rupee to 1 crore. Similarly, for small scale industries, this is rupees 10 crore, and medium, it is 20 crore. Here it is doubling. Manufacturing and service turnover. Earlier, that turnover was not considered. It was only the service enterprises investment. But the turnover less than rupees 5 crore is micro, less than rupee 50 crore is small, and less than rupee 100 crore is mediums. Therefore, lot of other medium scale MSMEs which were not earlier in this MSMEs classification, then they can come into it. One more very important decision has been taken by Government of India is that no global tender up to the value of rupees 200 crore. Indian MSMEs and other companies have often faced unfair competition from foreign companies. Therefore, no global tender in government procurement up to rupees 200 crore. Necessary amendments in the general financing rules will be affected. This is an important government step toward Atmanirbhar Bharat to support Make in India environment. This is expected to help MSMEs to boost their business multifold. Other measures which are taken by Government of India is that on the request of Government of India, RBI raised the Ways and Means advance limit of states by 60% and enhanced the overdraft duration limit. Government of India also issued all the pending income tax refund rupees up to 5 lakh immediately, benefiting around 14 lakh taxpayer. Implemented a special refund and drawback disposal drive for all pending refund and drawback claims. Both the above measures amounting to rupees 18,000 crore of refund, sanctioned rupees 15,000 crore for emergency health response packages. Again, the provided relaxation in statutory and compliance matters, extending last date of income tax return to June 30th, then extending filing of GST return to the end of June 20th, and 24/7 customer clearance till 30th June 20th. Then relaxation of 3 months for debit card holders to withdraw cash free from any ATM, etc. Allowing payment before 15th May 2020 for motor vehicle and health insurance policies. Mandatory board meeting extended by 60 days till 30 September. Allowing extraordinary general meeting through video conference with e-voting, simplified voting facilities. The measures taken by Reserve Bank of India. Reduction of cash reserve ratio, which is known as CRR, has resulted in the liquidity enhancement of rupees 1,37,000 crore. Targeted long-term repo operation is rupees 1,50,000 crores for fresh deployment of investment grade corporate bond, commercial papers, and non-convertible debentures. TLTRO of rupees 50,000 crore for investment them in investment grade bond, commercial papers, and non-convertible debenture of NBFC and MFIs. Increase the bank limit of borrowing overnight under the marginal standing facilities, allowing the banking system to avail an additional 1,37,000 crore of liquidity at the reduced MSF rate. Announced special refinance facility to NABARD, SIDBI, and the NHB for a total amount of 50,000 crore at the policy repo rate. Announced the opening of a special liquidity facility of rupees 50,000 crore for mutual fund to alleviate intensified liquidity pressure. Moratorium to 3 months on payment of installment and payment of interest on working capital facilities in respect of all terms loan. Easing of working capital financing by reducing margins for loans by NBFC to commercial real estate sector. Additional time for 1 year has been given for extension of the date of commencement of commercial operation. Relief to the contractors. Extension of up to 6 months without cost of contractor to be provided by all central agencies like Railways, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Central Public Works Department, etc. It covers construction work and goods and services contract, covers obligations like completion of work, intermediate milestones, etc., and extension of concession period in PPP contracts. Government agencies to partially release bank guarantee to the extent contracts are partially completed to ease cash flow. Extension of registration and completion date for real estate project under RERA. Advance impact due to COVID and project stand to risk the defaulting on RERA timelines. Timelines need to be extended. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs will advise state UTs and their regulatory authorities to the following effect. Treat COVID-19 as event of force majeure under RERA. Extend the registration and completion date suo motu by 6 months for all registered projects expiring on or after 25th March 2020 without individual applications. Regulatory authority may extend this for another period of up to 3 months if needed. Issue fresh project registration certificates automatically with revised timelines. extend timelines for various statutory compliance under RERA concurrently. These measures will de-stress real estate developers and ensure completion of project so that home buyers are able to get delivery at their booked houses with new timelines. Rupees 30,000 crore special liquidity schemes for financial institutions. NBFCs and HFCs, MFIs are finding it difficult to raise money in debt market. Government will launch rupees 30,000 crores special liquidity scheme. Under this scheme, investment will be made in both primary, secondary market transaction in investment grade debt papers for NBFC oblique HFC oblique MFI. This will supplement RBI oblique government measures to augment liquidity and also ensure security will be fully guaranteed by Government of India. This will provide liquidity support to NBFC, HFC, MSI, mutual fund and create confidence in the market. Rupees 90,000 crore liquidity injection to DISCOMs. Revenues of power DISCOMs companies have plummeted. Unprecedented cash flow problem accentuated by demanded reduction. DISCOM payable to power generation and transmission companies is currently rupees 94,000 crore. PFC oblique REC to infuse liquidity of rupees 90,000 crore to DISCOMs against receivable loans to be given against state guarantee to exclusive purpose for discharging liabilities of DISCOMs and GENCOs. Linkage to specific activity reforms, digital payment facilities by DISCOMs for consumers, liquidation and outstanding dues to state government plan to reduce financial and operational losses. Central public sector generation companies shall have rebate to DISCOMs, which shall be passed on the financial consumers, that is industries. Rupees 45,000 crore partial credit guarantee scheme for NBFC, HFC and MFI with low credit rating require liquidity to do fresh lending to MSMEs and individuals. Existing PCGS schemes to be extended to cover borrowing such as primary insurance of bond, CPs, liabilities side of balance sheet of such entities. First, 20% of loss will be borne by the government guarantors, that is Government of India. AA paper and below including unrated paper eligible for investment, especially relevant for many MFI. This scheme will result in liquidity of rupees 45,000 crore. Now, tax related measures. Rupees 50,000 crore liquidity through TDS and TCS rate reduction. In order to provide more fund at the disposal of taxpayers, the rates of tax deduction at source TDS for non-salaried specified payment made to resident and rate of tax collection at source for the specified recipient shall be reduced by 25% of the existing rate. Payment of contract professional fees, interest, rent, dividend, common brokerage, etc. shall be eligible for this reduced rate of TDS. This reduction shall appropriate for the remaining part of the financial year 2020-21, that is from tomorrow to 31st March 2021. This measure will release liquidity of rupees 50,000 crores. Other direct tax measures. All pending refunds to charitable trust and non-cooperative businesses and professional, including proprietorship and partnership, LLP and cooperatives shall be issued immediately. Due date of all income tax return for financial year 2019-20 will be extended from 31st July and 31st October to 30th November 2020 and tax audit from 30th September 2020 to 31st October 2020. Date of assessment getting barred by 30 September 2020 extended up to 31st December 2020, and those getting barred on 31st March 2021 will be extended to 30th September 2021. Period of Vivad se Vishwas scheme for making payment without additional amount will be extended to 31st December 2020. Now coming to Industry 4.0 and Niti Aayog. Industry 4.0 launched a major initiative to push industry to adopt Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is characterized by increasing digitization and interconnection of product values chain and business model. It will significantly impact sectors like automobiles, pharmaceutical, chemicals, and financial services and will result in operational efficiencies, cost control, and revenue growth. Experts feel that emerging market like India could be benefited tremendously from the adoption of Industry 4.0 practices. Now, the incentive to the Industry 4.0 as per Niti Aayog, the development of industries that produce the key building blocks forming the basis of Industry 4.0 could be incentivized. Incentive could be focused on MSMEs that manufacture product including sensors, actuator, drives, synchronous motors, communication system, computer display, and auxiliary electromechanical system. Similarly, industries adopting Industry 4.0 standard could be provided support for a fixed period of time. Now, the work which has already been done by the metros are DMRC has already indigenized 18 subsystems and 17 unit exchange spares costing about rupees 18.7 lakh US dollar and 34 sub assemblies costing about 3.83 lakh US dollars are identified for indigenization. Nagpur Metro is looking forward for indigenizations of 28 different items costing rupees 13.7.4 per train set. Opportunities which are available with the National High Speed Railway Corporation Limited Make in India efforts identified items to make in India for NSCL. Out of total 20 items of track item, 12 items have been identified for Make in India. Similarly, for civil engineering items, out of total 52 items, 50 items have been identified for Make in India. In electrical and S&T, out of 78 items, 48 items are identified. And regarding rolling stock, 24 out of 24 items, only 6 items has been identified. This is a big area in which the Indian companies can come up provided they get the standard of Industry 4.0. The work already done by MOUHA with the Ministry of Railways. The standard of rolling stock and signaling system of metro rail in India have been notified in 2017 after the approval of Railway Board. The standard of rolling stock fixed the standard of the civil structure. The standards of electrical system have been concurred by Railway Board and going to be notified soon. Various metro rails have already started procurement as per notified standard. CBTC system is also developed by BVL, CDEC, DMRC, STQC through MOUHA. Issues which further need to be addressed are unified tender for rolling stock and signaling for new metros rails for at least one state by metro organization. Manufacturing of rolling stock in railways, PSUs like Modern Coach Factory Raebareli, Integral Coach Factory Chennai, and Rail Coach Factory Kapurthala with TOT and test and validation facilities. Manufacturing of propulsion system in India by production units and private players like BHEL, BL, L&T, Kirloskar, Electrical, Crompton Greaves, etc. Manufacturing of signaling system in India by BL, CDEC, BHEL, and TCS. Use of licensed communication frequency of train control for better security and reliability. The immediate future need is to propagate the concept of one nation, one metro. This is the time of consolidation. This is time for consolidation of Indian industries for manufacturing of metro rolling stock in India. Titagarh Pharma has won the international bid of manufacturing and supply of 102 ultra modern rolling stock for Pune Metro. Ministry of Railway and Ministry of Urban and Housing Affairs are there to facilitate the investment by standardization. Niti Aayog has already published its policy to help Indian industries. Industry need to gear up itself for Industry 4.0 standard. Now, if we see the economy, India economy predicted in the growth of 2021 by IMF till 2020, the various predictions by OECD is the economic GDP growth is minus 9.9%. By the World Bank, it is minus 9.6%. By ADB, it is predicted as -8%. By IMF, it is predicted as -8%. By CSO, it is -7.7%. And by RBI, it is -7.5%. Now we need to reverse the curve. Whatever the damage has already been done, now we have to increase our economy. And in the 2021, we have to take it up to 11.5%. And as per IMF, raised its economy outlook after vaccination hopes, AMD stimulus, etc. चलो आओ आत्मनिर्भर भारत की ओर। मेक इन इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल हम लोगों ने ICF से वंदे भारत को बना के दिया था। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the informative presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll welcome now Mr. Tansen, sir, for his presentation. He is a CEO in Fluid Controls. Hi, sir, you can present.
Yes, I'll just
Okay, sir.
project the screen. Okay, so everybody can see my screen. Himani?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes. So thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, Rail and Metro. The topic really Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now we heard Raghu sir talking about the government of India and the railways RDSO's move prioritization and help on that. Rather, we are a case of making, not only Make in India, but the beneficiary of Atmanirbhar Bharat also. And that's what I'm going to, in short, in my 4 or 5 slides, going to talk about. Okay. So myself, Tansen Chaudhary, I represent Fluid Controls, and we have a manufacturing plant in Pune, Chakan, and the head office is in Mumbai, Churchgate. As the lower left corner, you can see we are the IRIS certified company into the rolling stock. Okay, so I'm just moving to my next slide. We are the company founded way back in 1974. Now, how is this Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India is for the metro and rail sector indigenization? I'm giving the classic case studies where we got the projects in terms of supplies and design opportunities. We are a Government of India, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Scientific Industrial Research, are a certified R&D unit company, where we have a dedicated R&D in-house, where we design, develop, and test the components. In fact, not only for metro and rail sectors, but for defense, nuclear, and power segment as well. The products what you see on the screen are the offerings what I'm specifically referring about metro and rail sectors. These are all sort of, I would say, the pneumatic brake piping systems related products, which goes to isolating cocks, the pneumatic hoses, to tubes, the bend tubes, the quick release connectors to single and double ferrule connectors, and many threaded adapters. So as such, Fluid Controls supply these components to all the railway and the metro segments, starting with the DMRC, Bombardier, Alstom, and BEML, Titagarh Wagons Limited, what sir also referred. And we do the site installations as well in terms of offering the total solutions. So the Atmanirbhar Bharat is, Fluid Controls is the classic case, is what I am trying to depict through this particular slide in terms of the offerings. So we offer the concept to commissioning of these particular products for the rail and the metro segment. We got qualified by all the railway units, OEMs like ICF, MCF, RCF, and all the metro segments as well. So we, as such are Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we have replaced the sort of so-called outside or imported products for these sort of segments throughout the rail and the metro segment. So where I am trying to say that talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India is one thing, but we are vocal for local, and we as a company are into defense, we are into nuclear, oil rig, and we are exporting not only for the other segments, but we are exporting all these products to the global railways as well, including some are in Europe, some in Middle East, and of course in United States as well. So the focus of developing these products, which once upon a time used to be the imported products, or as well as supplied by some of the dealers of the global companies in India, now we are the sole sort of indigenized product suppliers as well. And the metro and rail sector has really recognized our contribution also towards this. So the Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat fluid controls is the classic case, and we thank all the railway authorities, RDSO, and the publishing agencies like rail and metro segment analysis as well, for helping us give this opportunity of highlighting all our products to the global community, not only in terms of the contribution, but also to make a classic case of Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So with this short note, I just wanted to highlight that it is not about really the schemes and qualification, but we are the classic case of Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Jai Hind.
All right, so I don't think if anybody has any question, so I would like to thank all of you, sir, for joining us and for giving your valuable time and very informative presentation. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Imani.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great, sir. Take care.